Welcome to this 10-minute training session from the Training Pack. In this session, I'm going to share some tips and tricks for staying in business through the holiday season. Hi, I'm Glenda Shawley and I run the Training Pack, helping people to start and grow small and micro businesses. Let's start by thinking what you need to do before you go away. Now, I know that your to-do list is always too long and it's never feasible to get it all done. But it is amazing how much more than usual we get done when we're about to go on holiday. Take a look at your list now. What's going to cause you a major problem if it's left undone? And by major problems, I mean something that's going to lose you a customer, lose you money, lose a service because you didn't get around to paying the bill before you went away, or losing out on future business because you didn't do the advance planning necessary. Work out how you're going to get those things done. Allocate the time or delegate them. Cross everything off the list which is nice to do, or move it on to the someday aisle. What's left? What will happen if you don't do those things before you go away? If it's nothing catastrophic, plan those things into your diary for when you get back, or delegate them. If the outcome would be catastrophic, it should be on your priority list. So set aside your power hour for working on that list. And if you haven't come across the power hour before, it's 1 hour a day, usually the first in the day, before you switch on your emails, deal with phone calls and start getting into other people's priorities and client work, that you spend on your own business development and your own business's needs. And if you can be really strict about giving yourself that power hour before you go away, you will get most of the things done that you really need to do. The next thing is to do a risk assessment a week or two before you go away. Think about what could go wrong, what's likely to blow up whilst you're away. Are you waiting for customers or prospects to get back to you? Ring them to let them know that you're going to be away so that you can see if they can wait for your return, or give you what you need to make progress before you go, or explain how you're going to cover the task in your absence, perhaps by referring them to a colleague or a virtual assistant. Leave notes on files and leave alternative phone numbers, but preferably not yours. The next thing is to delegate. Now that's not easy if you're in a one-man or one-woman band, but consider briefing a virtual assistant or a reliable student or a relative. Leave clear instructions, preferably in writing. Check that the instructions have been understood and discuss what would happen with different scenarios. Take care with your answer phone messages which may make your property vulnerable. If phone calls are a key part of your business, then why not take on a temporary virtual assistant or an answering service? Set up remote access to your answer phone if it's possible, but only check it once a day. As a last resort, forward calls to your mobile. If you're keeping that mobile on to stay in touch with family, then get a second cheap one for the business and only check that once a day. Tell your regular callers and people that you trust when you're going to be away and try to anticipate what they might need before you go away. And emails, the bane of our lives. Again, try delegating them to a virtual assistant. Consider setting up an autoresponder, but again, take care about broadcasting your absence. If you must check them yourself, do them just once a day. Delete anything that's unimportant. Send a holding reply to something that's important that can wait, and only answer the urgent and important. A letter's important to your business. Most of them will wait 2 weeks or so set aside time to deal with them on the first day back. Consider having a virtual assistant or a friend to open them and send an acknowledgement, at least for those that you won't be able to reply to for at least a week. Set up an autoresponder on your website. Answer the frequently asked questions. Send an e-book or a white paper. But if people can find your address, don't tell them that you're away. If appropriate, set up an online ordering or a booking system. And if your orders need fulfillment, then use a fulfillment service or a virtual assistant to keep the business going. You may need to make sure that all the packaging and stuffing of envelopes is done before you go away. You don't want to come back to no internet or no phone, so avoid getting cut off by ensuring that any bills that are not on direct debit or standing order are paid before you go away. Equally, you don't want to drop off the radar for the 2 or 3 weeks that you're away, or whilst the kids are off on holiday. So look at ways of maintaining your visibility whilst you're not able to be there. and that's our next topic. So how do you maintain visibility whilst you're away on holiday? Well, the first thing to do is to check your diary for any networking events and find a reliable substitute. If they don't know the organisation, brief them on what to expect and tell the organiser or another member who to expect and ask for them to be looked after. Prepare any 40 to 60 second pitch that they'll have to deliver for you. Get them to promote something that you'll be doing on your return. Just because you have a substitute, it doesn't mean you have to be bland or have no call to action. So make sure your substitute has your business card and any relevant marketing material, and then ring them for feedback on your return and to say thank you, and to encourage them also to promote their businesses whilst they're substituting for you. Now, social media is great for maintaining visibility whilst you're away, and it can all be set up beforehand. So write a couple of blog posts for each week that you're away, perhaps for Monday and Thursday so they're spread through the week. Set them to publish at the times you want, and then link them to Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus and LinkedIn so that they also show activity. Publish the link on Twitter for up to 3 times a day. Think of some other messages that you could tweet. Could be notifications of local events that you're aware of, invites to the networking groups that you belong to. It doesn't matter that you're not going to be there. Maybe you could use quotations or a thought for the day or just an inspiring image. Use services like TweetDeck or Hootsuite to stay ahead. Write a newsletter that's going to go out a day or two before you get back, or on the day you get back, so that you're generating some inquiries that are going to get you going again. Don't put it off until your return, because it'll take days if not weeks before you get around to it. Inject some life and some optimism into it, and look forward to making the most of the next period in your business. Now, for those of you who've got children, school's out and it's a juggling act. Accept that you're going to achieve less than usual. Enjoy your kids. Remember, they'll get bored with 6 weeks or more of hanging around the family, so think about sending them to holiday clubs. It's as much for their benefit as yours, and dump the guilt. Can you do a deal with another working parent? It works best if the swap is with your child's friend's parent. Deals that involve taking several kids to the cinema, the park or perhaps swimming can give you 2 to 3 hours of working time. Wouldn't Dad or Grandma love to spend some time with the kids without having you, the mums amongst you, breathing down their necks? Make sure that they know what the kids are currently into, both for food and interests, to make the time as successful as possible. And make sure that the kids have their favourite cuddlies, etc., so they don't pine. And let go. There will be some time in the day when your kids are in bed and you're not. With little ones it will be in the evening or their nap time. With teenagers it'll probably be in the morning. Use that time for the key things in your business. Plan how you'll use the time the day before and stay focused. Don't worry about the washing up or the state of the house. Use the 30 to 60 minutes to move your business forward. The domestic chores can be shared with the kids or left. And think about employing your kids. Make it short and fun but worthwhile. Delivering flyers, stuffing envelope, inputting data, designing posters, filing, copying, icing cakes. Reward them with a treat or some pocket money, and maybe give them a pay slip. They'll feel very grown up. Now, it's not easy to get back into gear after the holiday, and without deadlines we tend to drift. So, plan before you go away. Be realistic. Allow time for checking and dealing with the phone and email messages and replying to letters, but commit to something a few days after you get back. Book appointments with clients. Plan a new launch. Book in some networking. Set some deadlines against some of those important but non-urgent tasks that you deferred before you went away. And find a partner to hold you accountable. Perhaps a coach, advisor or mentor. Or do an exchange with another business owner. So finally, use your holiday for developing your business. I don't mean spending all day thinking about it, but they say that travel broadens the mind and time away from the coalface will give you a new perspective. So have your eyes open. New ideas won't just come from light businesses. You might see new uses of technology, for instance, that you could apply. Could you make your booking system easier for repeat bookers, copying something you've seen on holiday, for instance? What could you learn from the way that you're served or the way people communicate with you? What did you find unexpectedly easy or difficult, and would that have an application to your business? Take a notebook and a camera so that you can capture those new ideas and thoughts, rather than spending the entire holiday thinking about them or losing them. Always carry your business cards. You never know who you're going to meet and what opportunities that can lead to. And make the most of the opportunity to read a book, not a heavy textbook, but perhaps a biography or an inspirational story. Make sure that you've got time to think and to dream. We don't usually get time to think in depth, and this is one time when you can. But above all, make sure that you have a rest and recharge your batteries. And have a good time.